Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Christian from Berlin and I'm sure you will love this mix of Latin and blues elements. If you're a true Latin lover, 2 of my Latin piano tutorials are linked in the description box under the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. Now let's go party and mix these 2 styles. Improvise. Enjoy. Of course you all know already the sound of blues mixed with Latin, because once upon a time 300 years ago, there was a guy called Carlos Santana and he had a band. And the band was first called the, I think, Carlos Santana Blues Band. And some producer, as far as I read, as far as legend goes, said, let's mix that with Latin rhythm. So let's have a look first at the bass line. So, and the chords. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Then we go to A minor. And back to D. And G minor 7, which you can also play as G minor 6 here. And D minor 7, A minor 7. And while I talked, I played it a little bit wrong. Okay, you got it? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so it's always the root, the 5th, double, the 7th, 8, and back. And in A minor, the same structure, you know, learn in structures. And in G minor, same structure. G minor 6th, that was this one. Nice little chord in this position, right? We're in D minor. So, of course, it's the D minor blues scale. Let's just recall that one, and it's one of the really nice minor blues scales because the weak finger, the ring finger here, takes the A flat, and so we can climb underneath through the tunnel, not of darkness, but the tunnel of freedom here to up the octaves. Now, when we let's just try a little bit with the rhythm. We make it a little bit slower. So you start to get some independence, not just from your parents, but from your left hand. You do play up and down to get warm. You can stay on D minor. I cannot talk while I teach and play Latin blues. You see how it goes all wild. Okay, now get this in your hand. We need a little bit of that, and what we also need is if you can, our old snake, the 3 finger affair, because Santana plays that, and if he can play that, we play that. Just along the blues scale. So that you can play this even a bit slower, possibly. I don't want to overstress your patience. It's really easy to learn, because just these 3 fingers repeating the pattern down, 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 down. And what else do we need? We need our drone licks. Here. Drone, again, if you're coming from the Latin side of the river, coming towards the blues side of the river, drone lick is, we have a top note resounding with the notes of the blues scale. Yeah, so that's the one drone. Yes, watch a little bit what I do with the blue scale notes below here. That's the hardest bit. You have to practice this one, but then it's really a great sound. You can do the drone also with the octave. Yeah, same thing with the octave or with the 7. And already we have the first, you can already apply as a keyboardist with the Santana. So, and this will be half your job, mixing the blues scale with either this drone scale, Latin drone, or so. And what we do here is what my colleague with this inferior instrument is playing. In the melody, he's using the F. Hold on. And using this one to go to the, that always sounds great, to the lead note, leading tone, lead step, lead whatever, lead guitar, to the 5th of the A minor. That's a great way to go back to the, from D minor to the A minor. Listen. Now. Wonderful sound. And back. Sorry. G. Yeah, it sounds great if you come from the D and the tour on the F or the G when we're going. We are on the G here, you see? It's just, there's no magic, except black magic, because the song is called Black Magic, and it's just been because of this run, it's called Black Magic. They wanted to call it Black Magic Blues Piano Run, but then they thought might be not commercially so successful, so they called it Black Magic Woman. No, this was the Black Magic Note here. So Black Magic Note, they wanted to call it. So enough with the bullshit. So again, we summarize for now. And drone lick, then hitting the E. What do I do here? Yes, that's very Latin-y, but also very bluesy. Both camps agree that the octave is a nice interval because it's easy to play, but then they further agree it also has energy. So remember, going to G or yes. And one more trick for these chords. There's so much you can do with it just. You see? Okay, first the thing I showed you this. We're coming from G. And Carlos is also doing this, and so we do it just on the piano. So we have the G minor and very melodic, playing the chord instead of the blues scale notes. So this one is not in the D minor blues scale. And yeah, so this one, so. And that is the melody again, catching up on the melody from Black Magic Woman. And if you haven't got enough from blues piano mixed with Latin, come to my Patreon site where we'll do an extra lesson on the chords of Oye Como Va. Just 2 chords. It's a little bit easier My Patreon has 4 exclusive videos each month, so you learn a lot more, mainly around blues. So join me there. Now let's go on. Okay, and now let me show you a line with 2 new elements. It's a great line. Now, hidden in this line is something very attractive. And listen to this. What notes are those? Now, Carlos Santana plays a lot of pentatonic scale. Did I mention that? Yes. With many variations. So, pentatonic scale is the blues scale without the flat 5. We skip this one, and now see what I do with this. Here. We can start from here. And then repeat. Start again. It's already repeating. We can play this in so many fashions. And for example, what I played was so we can dissolve this, or as slide notes, or here same slide notes with a drone. Or dissolved. And then, of course, we can include sometimes the flat 5 if you want so. Yeah, it's all in the mix, baby. So, or. It's experimental ground for you. It's called improvisation. And another thing I played, it was this one. And everybody plays that. Even the people who don't even play an instrument play that. They play that on their spoons or on their whatever. So it's this blues lick. Here, slow. Oh, this is the main one. That's the figure. You can also dissolve it like here. Or so ba ba ra ba 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 da ba da ba ra ba da. You like my singing? Now we can do something special. We can, for a part of what we play, support the groove with chords and then play something on top. I'll show you. Yeah. You see, we have the groove supporting chord here, and then we play fills of stuff you know already. Couple of examples, we stay on D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and... Or something, I play a couple of examples. You get the message, huh? You can also do it shorter. 1 and 2 and 3. Just 2 hits. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 hits. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Now you can give your chords a little rockier note. It's not exactly bluesy, but you will like it. So we do a little parallel chords. I'll show them quickly to give you a little bit more stuff to learn. So we have the D minor and we put in between the second degree of D minor just as a borrowed chord. Yeah, the display says G major 6, but the display is stupid. Okay, so D minor 7, which is the second degree of D, so we can have a little bit of parallel chords here. Sounds great. And so on. If you want to do this on A minor, let's see. They don't always fit the same. So we have... Yeah, that would be equivalent. Here we take the... It's very often either the 5th in minor, the 5th degree, or the 2nd degree in minor. So now here it's the E minor 7 on top. Yeah. Yeah, you can play that in rock pieces and in some pop pieces too. And in G minor it will be like, let's say... That sounds really great. Here, in G minor, we take the 2nd degree again. G minor, the 2nd degree of G is A minor 7, so here we take... where am I? That, we are already at something you might, yeah, you know the sound. Okay, now listen to this little diamond. 3, 4. Rhythm here. Got it. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, it's really great if you compliment yourself. I hope you find it wonderful. So what do we do? And this is basically, you know, from my blues lessons, the royal thirds here. The thirds that are ascending here. And we play them in minor. And it's just great. And many styles. Funky too. So. But we play, we kind of play little Latin, but we played with these. We do it without the trill first, okay? So not to burn you too much. And here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you can just jam on D. That's perfectly fine on D. The other chord will not interrupt you. It just sounds great on one chord. It sounds a little bit like James Brown's solo on Sex Machine. Yeah, that's the one. Carlos stole it. Okay, now we Yeah, and then you heard me play this one. That's a very Latin thing. These octaves, which is something, the rhythmic counter-axis of evil in between. In this case, the fourth finger. One. You can do this in all kinds of variations. You can play a whole solo if you like. Okay, but the main thing is you remember the pattern. Bap, do bap, that, do that, tak. Okay. And bap, bap, do bap. And if you want, so. Yeah, I talk too much. I know. Again. So. Yeah. Oh. Wonderful. Oh. And then. Yeah, just combining. And here we are in Latin territory, totally Latin territory. These patterns I teach you in my Latin lessons, where there's also sheet music for that. They're linked in the description box. I think I told you already, so. It's just brainstorming now. Yeah. And so on. You get the message. I hope you're not fed up.